Welcome to a new watercolor lesson. I am Vanidas Mangathil. In this video, we will paint this imaginary boardscape. I will explain the process, mainly the thought process from start to finish, so that you can understand the approach and you can apply it to your own watercolors. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe and press that bell notification icon, and I will be uploading videos frequently, probably at least once a week. So your subscription, your shares, comment and likes will be great motivation to me, and it will also help taking this video to a wider audience. So without much delay, let's get into the painting. So here I am using a cold pressed watercolor paper, and it's an Indian brand watercolor paper called Chitrapat, but you can use any cold pressed paper that is available with you. So as a beginning, to get some idea, I am splashing some colors, mainly some grayish blue. Grayish blue means I have mixed some cobalt blue and a little bit of red and maybe burnt sienna. It doesn't have to be cobalt blue or cerulean blue, whatever it is. It's basically a mix of blue, brown and little bit of red. So I am converting that splashes of colors into some sky. That is what the idea I am getting. My approach is that just splash the colors and observe it, and some ideas will naturally come to your mind, so follow that. So the idea that I got was a sky, and once I made the sky, I'm thinking that I could probably make some distant foliage at this particular point. So I'm making some darker version of the same sky color, which is blue, burnt sienna or brown and little bit of red. Okay, occasionally I am also using a little bit of Paynes gray to get some bluish gray color. So the colors now I am using is Paynes gray, and it might have a little bit of mix of the sky color that we did. The colors actually doesn't matter much. Okay, so since I don't have any idea, too much of an idea or drawing on my paper, while making the far end stuff, I am also trying to leave some gaps, and those paper white gaps can later be converted to some element of the elements that can create interest. Probably some foreground element, mainly done by extending the far end grayish blue with the help of burnt sienna. So I am applying mainly burnt sienna now, and I am sort of merging the burnt sienna color to the neighboring colors, which is the grayish blue. If you ask me, there is no precise reason for this. It is just the idea that I got now, that okay, let me make it using some brown colors. You can see that a lot of colors, or the colors at the far end are bleeding down. We may have to do something at the far end. I am not very clear what we should do. Keep observing what is formed on the paper. That is the main idea. Keep observing what is formed on the paper, and think. While observing, think what I can do now. Probably at this point I am thinking that okay, let me make the grayish blue color so that it will sort of create a wetland or something. I don't really know. I will leave it and I will let it dry and then decide what to do next. I'm splashing some water. I'm just dipping my finger into the water container and just splashing it. And the idea is just to get some element of interest, some texture which can create interest. White gaps that we have left out, they seems to be the top of boards for me. It could be some buildings also. It could be something else. We'll see what best we can do with those gaps. The sky looks a little plain, so to match with the overall atmosphere of the scene, I think I can suggest some dark clouds, subtle clouds, and I'm using the same grayish blue color, and I'm using a calligraphy type brush. Okay, so it's a soft brush with a point. Okay, soft brush with a point, soft round brush with a point, and you can use any soft brush with a point to do this particular work. Whatever brush you are convenient with, you can use. I'm just once you do once you start doing, maybe for example, once we do the clouds, you observe how the clouds are getting formed and do some modifications so that it becomes more convincing and it becomes matching to the overall scene. Always we have to see the overall picture. You don't see just the clouds alone. See the overall picture and see if the clouds are matching to the scene and if the clouds are convincing. Don't try to make the clouds too much loud or too much beautiful. It should match with the overall context, the overall atmosphere or the overall mood that we should take care of. I think I can convert these white gaps into some boat, top of the boat. The small gap I am converting to a boat which probably is facing towards the sky. Okay, and see here we are doing some kind of we are trying to define and we are trying to give some clarity to the element. Sometimes my video is getting a little bit of out of focus due to the auto focusing of the camera, but I think it will come back normal. So sorry for the slightly blurrish video at this particular point, but I think it is clear. My approach is clear what I am doing here. So maybe some boats at this particular point. Okay, and couple of boats we may have to do. How to do the boats and all you can practice. See, if you are doing imaginary work, you have to know some of the how to draw an element like boat or vehicles or people. See, when you try to imagine some scene, you will get a lot of ideas for creating a lot of elements, but how to draw each element or how to paint each element, that idea you should have. Okay, so you should prepare yourself in such a way that if you get the idea, you should have the skill to paint it or draw it. That is something you need to practice and acquire. If you can imagine a boat, but if you are not in a position to draw it, then overall it may not work. So we should have certain capabilities we have to practice and develop ourselves. Then we can our imaginary works will become more and more convincing. Some element there I really do not know. See, it is not necessary that all the elements that you draw, that you add into a scene should be precisely defined. Some of the things can be just suggested and let the viewers think what they are and let viewers fill in some gaps. It is perfectly okay to leave some gaps. Leave some gap means it is perfectly okay to leave certain elements not very clearly defined. Okay, this looks good to me. I think I will have to do some vertical elements so that the sky, the foreign foliages and the ground, ground means the boats, okay, they are all connected. If you think you are finding some values in these videos, in my tutorials, and if you think you are able to learn something from my videos, please subscribe to my channel and press that bell notification icon so that you get notified for all my future videos. I am planning to launch videos every week, at least once a week, and your subscription, your shares, your comments will all help me in getting this video reaching to more and more people so that more and more aspirants can get benefit out of it. So I would request to you to put your thoughts, comments, and and share this to your fellow artists, watercolor art aspirants. Right, I think we are well with the elements we have defined so far. Maybe I will add some textures here. Some textures, okay. I feel comfortable touching my watercolors with my finger because you can that again is a kind of a, I mean, conveying your expression. You can also smudge it with your fingers. Okay, so this looks good to me. I'm giving some details. Probably what is left out now is to add some figures. That is what I think I should be doing now. Where to put figures? I think I'll put some figure here. These are very tiny figures, so you should be knowing how to make these tiny figures. Okay, if you are not confident in making these tiny figures, try to do a lot of sketching. And you can also find some of my other videos where I have explained the process of making these tiny figures from imagination. So you can go and check out my other videos on practicing figures. Okay, it is not an elaborate video on figure drawing as such, but those videos are for making these tiny figures that you find in watercolor landscapes and streetscapes. So if you have any suggestions on how to improve these tutorial videos, and if you have any suggestion on the speed of my demonstration or my narration or the quality of content, and you can please give me your thoughts, your feedback as comments. I will surely take a look at the comments and try to include whatever is possible. We have limitations because we have limitations of what can be included, but whatever is possible, I will accept your comments and then try to include. I think these figures are good enough. I don't want to crowd it with lots of figures because this is supposed to be, in my view, this should be a simple scene, so I don't want to crowd it a lot. One figure here may be a good idea. See, we should know about the size of the figures, the proportion, those things we should have some idea. So that is why the sketching is very important. In fact, you have to do a lot of sketching, maybe live sketching, or you can sketch from imagination, or you can sketch from reference photos. Try to do as much sketching as possible so that your drawing will become more and more better. Shadows are minimal in this case because it is not a sunny day, it is an overcast day, or it is a kind of a cloudy day, so you may not get too strong shadows. I think we'll do some additional touches for the figures, some red color for the exposed body parts. Okay, and I don't want to make them precise. Okay, I don't want to make it precise. I like usually leaving a lot of things not very clearly defined, because that will give an opportunity for the viewers to fill the image with their own thinkings, their own thoughts. If you clearly define everything, then viewers may not have any role. They just watch and enjoy. But if you leave some gaps, probably viewers will think of what this is, and they will fill in the image with their own thoughts. Okay, I think that's it. I think I will sign it and then I will treat it as finished. Okay, so whenever you're in doubt, better you sign and finish it. Okay, it will avoid overdoing. But I think I will have to give some highlight to the figures to create some additional pop-up. I have made some touches of watercolor white on the top of those figures. Okay, you may have a tendency to overdo it, but you be a little aware that this is a process where it can easily be overdone. I think I already have a tendency to overdo it, but you have to refrain from working a lot once you have signed it. Okay, so we will call it as done. Okay, we will call it as done. So if I think you liked this video and you are finding it informative and you could learn something from this video, and as I mentioned earlier, if you find some value in this video, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification icon. Also write your comments, your feedback, and also share to your friends and fellow artists. So thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll hope to see you in the next video. Thank you again. Bye bye.